with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll find out. Let's take it slow, where you go I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. Today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of Atletico Madrid taking on Manchester City in Seoul, South Korea. Manchester City's final pre-season match for the 2023-2024 season. Thank you very much to Wayru Gala for tuning in, much appreciated, and the treble winner, thanks for tuning in as well. Spot on, it is raining. Heavy rain they've had in Seoul. I don't know how long it's been raining for, but that pitch, having looked at some of the pictures online of the people that are currently in the stadium, is pretty waterlogged. Apparently, they've got a very good drainage system in place at the Seoul World Cup Stadium. So it won't take too long for that pitch to drain that in. The referees and officials are currently doing a pitch inspection. It sounds like we're watching cricket, this really, doesn't it? Pitch inspection going on. Is the game going on? Yes. No, maybe so. The official word we've had from the club within the last hour or so is this game has been delayed. This match was due to take place at midday BST here in the UK, so it was meant to be kicking off in 5 minutes' time. However, with the pitch inspection going on, it is currently an aim to try and get this match underway at 12:30, so 35 minutes time. So this game has been delayed by half an hour, and this game will be taking place at 12:30 p.m. BST. So we will see the results of this pitch inspection, what the officials have made, and whether this game actually does go ahead or not. JSGC has been scrambling. That's why I was late joining the live stream. I've been scrabbling to get things sorted in place for you guys, so I'm not just sat here for 45 minutes waffling on about a pre-season game. So, I do have some pre-match entertainment for you guys, and I am going to head back onto social media to get an update about what is happening with this game between Atletico Madrid and Manchester City. Try hard, thanks for tuning in. Adam, thanks for tuning in. Julia, thank you very much for tuning in. Hello, welcome everybody. Try hard, the game currently, right now, kicking off at 12:30, so for another 34 minutes yet before this game does kick off. So, just a quick crack on very quickly with my promo. So, if you are enjoying the content, please leave a thumbs up. Already a quarter of our way to 100 likes. We hit it on the last stream. Can we hit it on this one? That would be great. 74 likes to go to 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Going to be covering with match watch-alongs galore for Manchester City throughout the coming season for you guys to enjoy. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description, and also on the yellow banner too if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description on the yellow banner too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And do let me know your score predictions as well in the live chat. Trevor Winner saying the players could play in some studded wellies. That would be very interesting. Very interesting. Maybe that could happen. That'd be funny. I would enjoy watching that. That would be unique, if I'm completely honest. So just having a read of what's going on. Apparently there's some doubt to this game. Jack Gorhan is saying that Manchester City's first team staff are in deep discussions with the referee out on the pitch. They want their answer in the next couple of minutes about whether this game goes ahead. It's expected there will be a decision on this game in the coming minutes, so I'm going to remain live whilst we wait for a decision to be made about whether this game does go ahead or not. Let me just show you a picture. I've got it up on my phone on the current scenes. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's what the weather is like in Seoul right now. Throwing it down with rain. It's the pitch is waterlogged. How quick is it going to be draining? When's that rain due to stop? It's expected to stop pretty soon. So this game could be going ahead. It might not be going ahead. Who knows? It's all fun and games. But in the meantime, if this game does go ahead, the teams have been announced. We'll start with our opponents first. Atletico Madrid made some summer signings as well. They're included in their squad. So they're starting with Jan Oblak in goal. Cesar Azpilicueta starts. Soyuncu starts. Witsel, Hermoso, De Paul, Koke captain in the side. Lamar, Griezmann, Lino and Morata. Very strong team that from Atletico Madrid. And let's not forget, City could draw Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, so this could be a very good practice if this game does go ahead. And I'm hoping, with how much dedication and loyalty has been shown by all those that have travelled out to South Korea and the South Korean loyalists watching Manchester City, over 20,000 people turned up to watch an open training session for Manchester City. It's a great opportunity for people who don't normally get to watch Manchester City and Atletico Madrid to be able to watch them, and it'd be a great shame for this game to be postponed, for it to be cancelled. Will it be played later on today? I don't know. It's going into the late evening there in South Korea now. Could it be played tomorrow? What does it mean for pre-season preparations for the fans with tickets? What's going on? A lot of money is going to be lost. A big opportunity is going to be lost for a lot of people. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this game will go ahead. Now, on the bench for Atletico Madrid today, they've got Grealish, Niguez, Depay, Correa, Llorente, Galan, Carrasco, Barrios, Gomez, Gismura, Costis, Martin, Moreno, and Riquelme. So that is how Atletico Madrid lining up today for this game. For Manchester City, starting 11 today, starting in goal with Ederson. Manchester City's defence today, starting off with captain Kyle Walker starting on the right side of defence. Laporte starting on the left side with Ruben Dias starting through the middle. It's then going to be John Stones and Rodri just ahead of them in defensive midfield. Just ahead of them is more than likely going to be Phil Foden and Julian Alvarez. And then on the right wing, Bernardo Silva, left wing, Jack Grealish, and up top starting Erling Haaland. On the bench for Manchester City today is Stefan Ortega-Moreno, Scott Carson, Kalvin Phillips, Nathan Ake, just signed his new contract at Manchester City, of course, Joao Cancelo, Mateo Kovacic, Kevin De Bruyne, Sergio Gomez, Manuel Akanji, Maximo Perrone, Oscar Bob, Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis, and James McAtee as well. That is Manchester City's starting 11 and substitute bench for today's game. Looking forward to it. Should be a good game as long as that drainage system gets going and also then puddles disappear and it does stop raining as well. Is the game going to go ahead? That is the big question right now. If it does, should be a very entertaining game, I am sure. 29 minutes away from kickoff here between Manchester City and Atletico Madrid. I'm just going to see if there's been any update on this game as of right now. Manchester City have just put some pictures out for the fans tuning in from South Korea. I don't know how live them pictures are that City have put on. Again, still waiting for word on this as to whether this game is going to be happening or not. That remains to be seen. Should be a good game. As I said, this could be a Champions League repeat. Atletico Madrid, pot 2, Man City, pot 1. We could draw Atletico Madrid in the group stage. So this could be really good practice for Manchester City going into the Champions League as we look to try and retain our trophy, which is the first time we've actually said that on the JSGC channel. So that'd be good. It'd be really good if Man City could retain the trophy. So don't forget, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please leave a thumbs up. 70 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. Do let me know your score predictions in the live chat. I'm going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City as my score prediction. Cool Emoji going for a 3-1 score prediction as well. We've got me Snape tuning in. The match is delayed due to heavy rain and there's lots of puddles on that pitch, so I think they're just trying to sort that out and waiting for the rain to stop. Pitch inspection happening right now. Sherry, thanks for tuning in, says, halftime show, am I excited? Are you on about the halftime show for the actual game? I didn't know there was one. If there is, what's happening? If you're on about my halftime show, I've got 2 special videos for you guys to look forward to. And of course, as always, stoked about that. Looking forward to it. So as I said, do let me know your score predictions in the live chat. Do let me know where you're tuning in from as well. Don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description and also on the yellow banner if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and X and Instagram. And also don't forget to go and check out my email as well in the description on the yellow banner too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Me Snape, me and you both, we all want Josko Gvardiol, but still we wait. We do wait for that one. So let's get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Just 69 likes away now from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be absolutely fantastic. I feel like we're in limbo. We're waiting for a decision. Is the game going ahead? What's going on? What's happening? Again, we're still waiting for a decision to be made. So I do have some pre-match entertainment for you guys to enjoy. So I'm going to roll that, and when we get word about if this game's going ahead or not, I will tune back in for you guys and then put the pre-match entertainment on again once more for you to enjoy. So if you are paying attention to any of the football happening in the UK right now, then you will know that Bury Football Club recently returned back to their home, Gig Lane, played their first game yesterday against Glossop North End in Tier 9 of English football. It's brilliant to see them back, a local Greater Manchester club, a very prestigious, very historic, former FA Cup winners as well. It's brilliant to see them back. And over on my other channel, JSGC Football, linked in the description if you want to go and subscribe over there, where I'll go and check out a whole array of football and do lots of football vlogs for you guys to enjoy. We went over to watch Bury return a couple of weeks ago for their first ever game back at Gig Lane. It was a friendly against Bradford, and that's today's pre-match entertainment. So sit back, relax, grab some snacks, get some lunch, get some tea, wherever you're tuning in from, get yourself a drink or whatever. Sit back, relax, and when I get word of if this game's going ahead or not, I will be back on for you guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. What's going on, guys? JSGC Football here, and we are here for another football vlog, starting our 2023-2024 season, starting it off in July with a bang. Why? Because the return of Bury Football Club. Aaron's got all the facts, all the history. He'll take you through that in just one moment. But before we do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, to subscribe. Got plenty of football vlogs coming up throughout the season for you guys to enjoy, including Football League vlogs, away vlogs, and of course non-league vlogs as well for you guys to look forward to. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. So Aaron, some facts. Take it away.
Do let me know in the comments below. Is it Bury or Bury? I've always known it as Bury due to a Lancastrian saying like that. I'm going to call you Bury. So with Bury, that's founded in 1885 on 24th April by Aidan Arrowsmith. So it's a local enthusiast and broker 2 metres between two church teams, Bury Wesleyans and Bury Unitarians, at the Wagon and Horses Hotel and the Old White Horse Hotel. So it's agreed from the outset there should be a professional team right in 1885, and that's a controversial thing in itself, and it still is. So ahead of the 1885-86 season, the club leased a plot of land on Gig Lane from the Earl of Derby's estate. So Gig Lane goes back to 1885 as well. So it shows how long it's been there. So on the 12th of September 1885, the first match was played at Gig Lane, friendly against a team from Wigan, and Bury won 4-3. So the first Football League match ever at Gig Lane was on the 8th of September 1894 when Bury defeated Manchester City 4-2. So a little bit of fun facts for you there. So with the history of Bury, there's a lot of history there. They are the 2 times FA Cup winners, won it in 1900 and 1903.
Interestingly, the FA tweeted out about the FA Cup this year having the return of Bury Football Club as well, so officially recognised. This merger that they've had is officially recognised as Bury Football Club.
Yep. So they've won the second tier before, 1895. I'm going to say the third tier they've won in 1961-97, and the fourth tier, which is your League 2, they've obviously never won it, but runners-up twice in 2011 and 2019, being promoted in 74, 85, 96, and of course 15 as well. So, of course, the latest one to the edition is with the Phoenix Club, Bury AFC. They won the North West Counties Division 1 North in 2022. So this takes me nicely now to the recent events of what's happened. So with Bury FC, they were expelled from the Football League in August 2019 amongst rising debts and financial meltdown under the previous owner, Steve Dale. The Shaker had been promoted to League 1 at the time, in the football's third tier, in Gig Lane, was officially known for sponsorship purposes as Planet U Energy Stadium, and it is powered by renewable energy. Previous deals have seen the ground named the JD Stadium and the Energy Trick Stadium. So in 2020, when Bury and Bury AFC were considered as separate teams, there's no possibility of Bury AFC playing its match at Gig Lane, and a ground share was agreed with Ratcliffe FC at Stainton Park for the 2021 season for North West Counties Football League, Football Division 1 North. So they played at Stainton Park in Ratcliffe, which is about 2.5 miles southwest of Bury. So that ground had a capacity of 4,000. So with Bury FC, they're having quite a rent in Gig Lane, but the request again was rejected on the 5th of April 2022 as not feasible by the Bury AFC Supporters Society, who cited commercial risk and imbalance that could jeopardise a future merger with Bury AFC. So there's been a lot of aggro between the two groups, which is why they've had the Phoenix Club and, of course, the Bury FC Supporters Society. On the smoother, like Macclesfield, they've had the Phoenix Club and they've stuck with it. So in March 2023, Bury FC announced a temporary agreement to play the final home games at Moss's Seal Park due to poor ground conditions at Radcliffe caused by bad weather additional fixtures. So Bury FC are set to play Gig Lane once more after 4 years, after two separate supporter leg groups set up after the club's Football League expulsion in 2019 finally agreed to merge. It took a long time, it's been a long time coming to finally get the two groups to agree to this merger.
It needed a second vote to merge
it did need
as
a second vote, yeah. So with Bury FC, the team who represented the team in non-league since then, after Bury FC weren't allowed to play, the play match at Stadium Park, and the original Bury FC continued to exist as a fan-led business entity but with no football team, and a completed purchase from the administrator last year to purchase Gig Lane. But of course they had no team to play Gig Lane, and Bury FC did have a team. So a first attempt to try and merge the two was last October, and it fell just short of 2/3 of the majority required to merge. But a second vote saw both groups approve the motion by more than 90%, which also means the merged club will now qualify for that necessary local council and government funding. That's what it's all about, Les. So a total of 1.3 million in funding is reportedly available to the club. So 450,000 from Bury Council and the rest from the government's Levelling Up Fund. So when they did have the vote, second time, the supporters also voted 97% in favour of making Gig Lane the club's home venue, with 92% in favour of returning to the name Bury Football Club. The vote to amalgamate the Shakers community and Bury FC Supporters Society has passed by an overwhelmingly positive margin, and that brings us today, as we're finally back in Bury. It is finally known back as Bury FC. They're finally back at the gig as well.
My man has done homework. Look at this. Look at this. Turn it around. Turn it around. My man has done homework.
I've been getting the facts.
Dedication. Yeah. I absolutely love it.
So I want to get the research right. So that's where it stands at the minute.
Yeah, that sets everything very nicely up for today's game, where Bury are going to be taking on Bradford of League Two. That's going to be the returning match for the return of Bury Football Club at their home at Gig Lane, which I think is brilliant for the local community of Bury. A 4-year absentee to the local community has had devastating effects with football in the town
community as well.
Yeah, and so it'll be really interesting to see. We've got a sold-out match turning up with limited capacity, I think, to 2,200 today. 1,000 Bradford City fans coming to Bury for this game in what should be a very emotional return back to Gig Lane. I do want to make one special shout out for making all of this happen, and that's all the volunteers at Bury Football Club, keeping that pitch in tip-top shape. I've seen some pictures, it looked good. People that have been turning up in their own spare time to help paint Gig Lane, to get it back into action. Let's not forget, it's been dormant for 4 years.
And also thank you to Bury AFC as well, because without them you wouldn't have the football team.
Yeah, it's there's so much that's gone on with the volunteers. There's so much that's gone on in the background to make today happen, and it's a special day for Bury Football Club, the return of them at Gig Lane. Can't wait for it. Let's make our way to Bury and let's go and see what we can get up to as Bury Football Club are back.
Yep, it's got Preston North Enders will be fielding a Team 11 for tomorrow as well, so that's the two fixtures.
Two EFL games.
Yeah, two EFL clubs to help out Bury FC.
Let's go.
Sun is out here overseas. Dark emotions ever torn so deep. Falling down through the clouds on. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me.
We do love a bit of drone footage here on the JSGC football channel. Right, we've walked into Bury Town Centre. We're going to go and see what we can find to do. Bury Market's just over there, famous Bury Market. We're not checking out the market today.
Pudding.
We're not checking out the market though today.
Black pudding.
No. Instead, we're going to head to a place called the Trackside Bar, and it's literally by the tracksides where you find the East Lancashire Railway. Pretty unique, so we're going to go and check it out. Trackside in Bury, Slicroft cider, Scottish cider. Let's see how it tastes.
Something new, never had this.
Oh, it's like a creamy cider. You know what percent it is? It doesn't taste that strong.
6.1.
It's 6.1, that's strong, it doesn't taste that strong. 6 out of 10, not my favourite, I don't think.
£4.80.
£4.80 for the pint on a nice warm day like today. What, 24 degrees? Yeah. Nice cool pint, watching the football, July. Can't beat it.
As you can see, it's black, so that means it's the stout. So I'm on black marble stout. So this costs me £5.40. Yeah, it's a little bit dearer more stout, but it's 5.1. It's a little bit weaker than Joe's, but how does it taste? Does it even match up to Guinness? Very nice. Very, very nice that. It's like a dark aftertaste. It's tasting like coffee with it, you know, like the caramel like that.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd probably give it, I think a solid 7.5 out of 10. But it's selling more than matches Guinness. It's a lovely style that. Maybe being a little bit harsh, I'd probably put 8 out of 10.
We're on beer numero dos, and we're here on the fruit backed cider. It is a 4% cider, £4.40. Smells nice, but how does it taste? That's very fruity, that's a very unusual taste. I think I need a second opinion.
What type of fruit flavours you getting?
Like a raspberry flavour. There's no real kick to it. So it tastes a little bit flat, in my opinion. So I think I'm going to give it, again, I think a 6 out of 10. I'm not sure if this camera's picking up, but it is starting to rain, and me and Aaron have brought no coats. Now in the Bank Pub. Trackside, brilliant. Go and check it out if you are doing Bury. Bank Pub, nice and cheap. Soft drink, pint, less than £5, £4.75. I'm on just a Strongbow. How does it taste? Look at it, it's filled up as well. Get your money's worth. Cool and crisp with a little kick to it. 6.8. Got having a way down without spoons. A standard rum and coke on the Kraken right here. Aaron's just on soft drink. Why on soft drinks?
I'm driving. So what you want?
Just a single Kraken rum and coke. Very refreshing. I need it on quite a warm day. Weather's been a little bit inconsistent, but the drinks have been good. And I think I would put this perhaps even the best that I've had today, which for a Wetherspoons outlet is very uncommon. I think I'll give this a 7.2 out of 10. Spoons all done and dusted, and looking around Bury Town Centre all done and dusted. We're now going to go and check out Gig Lane. Can't even comprehend how exciting this must be for Bury fans. The return of their football club. 4 years! 4 years! Finally, today is the day. History is made. Gig Lane, they're back. We've made it to Gig Lane. I do want to say that if you're coming here by a car, you can park loads of places around the local area. It's not residential. You can park, just be respectful. There it is. First views. Gig Lane back in action. There we go, we were part of it. Right, we're heading into the south stand now where the home fans are. His mobile tickets just cost just over £8 for today. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. This is exciting, isn't it, Aaron?
So there's
new ground for you to tick off as well.
For me, yeah, I've never been.
And the return of Bury Football Club. Love it. Right, Aaron, I'm going to press you for a score prediction for today, even though it is a pre-season friendly.
3-1 Bradford.
Well, okay, I'm going for 4-0 Bradford is my prediction for today. I'm hoping we will see a Bury goal, though. That would be great. Bury could win this game.
Bury win today.
That would be the best return ever. But is Division 9 is it they're headed into?
9th tier, yeah, so North West Counties Premier Division.
Yeah. But today it's all about the return back to Gig Lane to see football. 0-0s, 4-0s, doesn't matter. Really doesn't. What does matter? Football, atmosphere, Gig Lane, Bury FC, it's back. Nice stadium, isn't it, Aaron, for Division 9? 11,000 is the capacity. Bury Football Club, like I said, it's back. Have a look at this. Over there. Home fans over here. Like I said, there is a limit on the capacity, 2,200. And a very appropriate song being played. The boys are back in town. Good luck. Bury Football Club back, Gig Lane. And kudos to them Bradford fans that have travelled today. 1,000 of them. Bury Football Club, you have been officially JSGC. And funnily enough, a couple of Everton stickers on there, so I'm optimistic it might be able to stay. Just here on the stairs, right next to the final block, South Stand. There we are. Bury Football Club. We're on the way back. That was our promotion back in 2019. Just for clarity, that's Tranmere Rovers where they got promoted back in 2019. Their last game we played, and now back. And we're in here. There's Bradford City. Almost a report on here, first 5 minutes, into a bit of space. First goal. Tidy work, works into space, good finish, 1-0 Bradford. Bradford. We might know who's winning this game. 2-0 Bradford. They seem like they're better. Hobbit. Fair credit to the groundsman, they've done a real good job on the pitch. One throw in, headed in by Bradford, but it's disallowed due to a push and a foul, so it remains 2-0 here. Change the scoreboard though. 2-0, not 3-0.
Or maybe they're that confident, should score leave it like that, because it's going to be 3-0 at some point.
Shall we go and get some food and drink?
What time is it?
20 minutes in. One-way traffic.
I can't do it while they're having a break.
Our menu for today. The Stamford Press, which they've got. I've got no pie serving in here, so we'll have to go and try one of the concourses along, but there's not that many left, so hopefully we'll be able to, fingers crossed, try some food here. So, Stamford Press, how does it taste? Tastes like Hertfordshire cider, Stamford Press. A solid option. Nice, cool and crisp. 7.1 out of 10. Just goes 3-0 Bradford, so Aaron was right, just keep it at 3-0, they know it's something might go 3-0. Right, so because they're playing an EFL team, and EFL regulations say that you've got to have alcohol consumed not in the stands, which absolutely baffles me. Anyway, I don't know about the non-league games that they play in Division 9 as to whether they'll be able to take them up into the stands. We await further clarification on the league's regulations and the police regulations on that. but you can just come and stand here and get a view of what's happening. We've just seen Bradford go 3-0 up. I mean, we're like 25 minutes in, this could end up a cricket score really, but as I said, this is Bury's return at Gig Lane, and that's what it's all about. Result doesn't matter. Maybe that's 4-0, I think my prediction's in, but still plenty of time. Could we see 10? Are Bradford going to be that brutal about this? And continue our quest to see if we can find some food here. With press here though, very nice. I don't know what it's going to be like for the league game because it might change. This is a trial run, everything's pretty temporary. They've got 2 concourses in the south stand at Gig Lane for Bury FC. One down at the entrance as you come in, one down at the far end. They didn't have any pies where we were sat down at the entrance as we came in. Come down to the far end and we've just about managed to get pies. We did want a meat and potato pie and a steak pie. We've only managed to get hold of 2 steak pies, and I will add that these are the 2 last steak pies, the last pies that we've got, so we can do a food review. But I like this view. Got the away fans just over here.
You can see there, got the away fans, Bradford.
Yeah, very close to the action. So, just over 7 out of 10 it's scored for Bury. Offside flag goes up. The offside flag is up, it remains 4-0. Right, so, I mean, they said it was steak pie, but this looks like meat and potatoes to me. How does it taste? Nice bit of seasoning. I don't know whether it's just because I'm absolutely starving. I've had quite a bit to drink but nothing to eat. That tastes like heaven. Nice pastry. It's definitely meat and potato.
Yeah.
Delicious. I think I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 for the food. So food and drink, decent. 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, literally just the last pie. Aaron's now, he's got the steak pie. I've got the last meat and potato here. Aaron's got the last steak. Right, how does it taste? Give me that steak review. Good. Give me that score.
Nice pastry, nice meat. Solid 8.
Really nice. Right, so we've got a solid 8 out of 10 and a 7 out of 10. Will this be it? Come on, Bury! Oh, corner. Food and drink, 7.5 out of 10?
Okay, that's 7.5.
Cool. Shot. We'll add that the Bradford City fans that are in the Arthur Ashworth stand just over here, they don't have a concourse. If you're going to get your food and drink, there's a little stall that you can see just there. Rightio, Aaron, some half-time thoughts.
I think Bradford just look a lot stronger, don't they?
You can tell that they're professional football players.
First 25 minutes.
Yeah, and they seem to have taken the foot off the gas. They've got all the substitutes warming up. I presume we're going to be seeing a lot of changes for the second half and potentially seeing some of the youth team.
Yeah, maybe 11 changes.
Yeah. What's your thoughts though for what you've seen and your first impressions of Gig Lane?
First impression, I think the volunteers again have done a very good job with Gig Lane.
Excellent job. Lovely and clean. It's like they've never been away.
I felt they've done a very good job, like the seats as well.
Yeah.
So the facilities. And special credit to the ground for how well they've kept it, especially with the grounds.
Absolutely fantastic.
Overall, I do like Gig Lane. I like the traditional grounds like this. I say they're a dying commodity in today's modern world, but I do like it like this.
Fantastic, isn't it?
South Stand was open in 1994, wasn't it?
I think it said downstairs about they had a game with Man United that opened the South Stand, I think.
Yeah, 94.
A proper traditional ground, Gig Lane.
I like it. But with the football, I think Bradford just been far too strong. They've absolutely dominated Bury.
I think,
especially the first half an hour.
I think it'll be interesting to see with the changes made in the second half. Can Bury do it? Can they get that prestigious first goal back at Gig Lane? I think it's the big question here. Bradford well deserved their 4-0. They've had a couple of goals disallowed. Could have been even worse for Bury. What you're seeing here is a team that are in the 4th tier of English football taking on a team that are in the 9th tier of English football. You're seeing professional football players taking on amateur football players. And I think we do want to wish Bradford City the very best of luck in trying to win promotion, go one step further than what they went last season back into League One. There's the home fans. One of the stands with the flags on display. Level where you see just outside the main entrance, and of course the Ashworth stand, which is hosting the away fans for today, who are 4-0 up. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you again for. There is number 5. And there goes my 4-0 prediction as well. Yours is well out the window. The key question is, can they get that goal? We just want to see that goal. One of the things we're seeing here at Bury Football Club, every player wants to be that player that scored for Bury at Gig Lane. So they're going for glory when in actual fact there's better options, better passes, crosses into the box. They're not really doing it. It gets cards out. And they keep going for glory and going for that wonder strike rather than looking for the best option. It happens in non-league. What was on about when we said potluck shots. Can they do it? Can they get that prestigious goal? Rain comes down here at Gig Lane and they find that goal. Not yet. This is our first ever pre-season game, and we've just seen something we've not seen before. Fully fit, subbing the goalkeeper. Give the Bury goalkeeper.
Seen it once before. He refused to come on in the League Cup final.
Kepa. Chelsea also went on to lose that penalty shootout with Kepa in goal as well.
In the rain, there's number 6 for Bradford. The rain, I'm not sure if my camera picked it up, but really coming down here at Gig Lane.
Have we got coats, Aaron?
No.
No! Into the final minute here. I don't think Bury are going to get that prestigious goal we're looking for on the return to Gig Lane. More so than anything else, it's brilliant to see Bury FC back here at Gig Lane. That completes our day at Gig Lane and watching the return of Bury Football Club. So let's rate our experience. We're going to start off first with the food and drink, which we're going to give a 7.5 out of 10. Nice cold bottles of Stamford Press in there, pies as well in there, tasty, pretty decent, 7.5 out of 10. In terms of atmosphere, it's pre-season. Bury are a Division 9 club taking on a Division 4 team. Atmosphere in itself pretty flat. I'm struggling here to probably give it any more than a 2 out of 10. However, in terms of value for money, food and drink not too expensive. Drinking around Bury again, good prices. Tickets for today costing £8.15 each. Decent price. I'm going to give it 10 out of 10, which gives Bury Football Club a complete total today of 19.5 and giving them an overall score 6 out of 10. We may be returning at some point, wait and see, but we've got plenty more videos for you guys to look forward to, so don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. The next one, Aaron, thank you very much for being the designated driver today. We'll see you all for the next one. So we've been JSGC Football. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope everyone is safe and well. Peace.
Ciao for now.
Fantastic to see Bury Football Club back in my complete, honest opinion. So that is the pre-match entertainment all sorted for you guys. We are just ready and waiting now for kickoff for this game, which is believed to be just 6 minutes away. Game's going to be taking place at 12:40 p.m. BST. The match has been delayed due to torrential rain that has been happening in South Korea, in Seoul. It is believed, I'm just going to get another Twitter update about what is happening with this game, because quite frankly, there's so much ever-changing all the time. It's difficult to know what's going on, what's happening. Manchester City seem confident that this game is going on. So, post-match media duties between Man City and Atletico Madrid's been cancelled. Man City's player and staff need to return to the airport for their flight back to Manchester. There's no added time in today's game. It's going to be 2 halves of 45 minutes, and that is it. That's all that is happening for this game. Other than that, they said things will change if there is a change in weather conditions. They don't believe that there is going to be another change in the weather conditions, and so the belief is that this game goes ahead between Manchester City and Atletico Madrid, which it's good to get a game going on for this match. So brilliant to see. John, thank you very much for tuning in. Shahid, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. I don't really think there's too much else left really to talk about for this game. We've been waiting a while for this for the kickoff to happen for this game. So I'm just very quickly going to get the game up, ready and live. If you're wanting to watch in the UK, the game's been streamed live on City Plus, which is a subscription service. So you will need to pay a subscription fee for that. Starboy, thanks for tuning in. I'm not too sure where you can watch it in India. In my opinion, I'm not too sure. I'm not in the best position to be able to comment on that. I'm not sure. If anyone can help out Starboy, then please do feel free in the live chat. So, my score prediction for today, I'm going for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. Do let me know your score predictions in the live chat, and do let me know where you are tuning in from. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new around here, and also don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We're already halfway to 100 likes. We're on 50 likes, 50 to go, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Shahid, I'm not too sure on how you'd be able to watch it in Norway either. I'm not too sure. Again, if anyone's in a better position to comment than I am, then please do in the live chat. John, you spot on. The rain, it follows Manchester City. It's Manchester. It's attracted. It knows that people from Manchester are being represented in that stadium, and so the rain, even as far east as Asia, is saying, "Do you know what? We're going to cause some problems here," and get some proper rain there as well. But it's really good to see all the Manchester City faithful out there as well. And as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, the whole point of these pre-season tours where you head here, there and everywhere around the world is there's a lot of people who don't have the opportunity to watch Manchester City all that often. And so this is a wonderful opportunity for them to be able to watch their heroes, the boys in blue, play a competitive pre-season friendly here between Manchester City and Atletico Madrid. And as I said, this could be a big warm-up, really, to a potential Champions League match. We can draw Atletico Madrid in the Champions League group stage, so that remains to be seen. John going for a 4-2 victory today for Manchester City. It'll be really interesting to see the link-up play between Alvarez and also Erling Haaland as well, and see how they make that one work. That's interesting. Looking forward to seeing that one. So we are just ready and waiting for the players. The players are in the tunnel. We're waiting for them to come out. The pitch is looking in a better condition. They weren't lying when they said they've got some really good drainage systems in place. It'd be interesting to see just how saturated that pitch is, how much movement there is on the ball. Man City like to knock that ball around. Man City like to pass the ball, move that ball very smoothly, very quickly. So it'll be very interesting to see what impact the pitch has on this game, and just what condition that pitch is in, as Manchester City and Atletico Madrid line up in the tunnel ready and waiting to make their appearance at the Seoul World Cup Stadium in South Korea. Phil Foden starting for Manchester City today. So your Manchester City starting 11 for today is lining up with Ederson in goal. It's a back three made up of Kyle Walker, captain in the side, Ruben Dias and Aymeric Laporte. It's going to be John Stones and Rodri starting just ahead of the defenders. Further ahead of them, you're going to have Phil Foden, I presume, Julian Alvarez playing just behind the striker, Bernardo Silva on the right wing, Jack Grealish on the left wing, and Erling Haaland starting up top. So a strong team. Could well be a very similar team to what goes out for Man City next weekend, next Sunday, against Arsenal in the Community Shield, as we'll be playing our first game back in England since becoming the treble winners and winning the Champions League back on June 10th. And we've got less than 2 weeks. We've got 12 days, in fact, to go until the start of the Premier League season for us, where we'll be kicking the season off. And we're kicking the Premier League season off as well with an away match against newly promoted Burnley. And, of course, Manchester City travelling away from home to take on Vincent Kompany and Burnley. So that'll be a very interesting game, and not too much time left for preparation here. And Man City normally only have a couple of games in pre-season, so the fact that we're having a third game here is good. And let's not forget, of course, that Manchester City already played against Yokohama F. Marinos last week and won. We played a game after going behind as well, 2-0. And then we played a game on Wednesday against Bayern Munich. I wasn't able to do a live stream of that, unfortunately, as I was at work. But Manchester City followed that up with a victory over Bayern Munich and limited them to very little in what was another good run out for Manchester City. And then a final game here against a very competitive Atletico Madrid side, taking on Diego Simeone's men, will be an interesting one, as well as Manchester City and Atletico Madrid make their way out of the tunnel and into the Seoul World Cup Stadium in what should be a very good game of football, I am sure. Now, guys, I am busy. I was anticipating this game being a 12 o'clock till 2 p.m. kickoff. So JSGC, of course, being weekends, likes to enjoy his weekend. Has already made plans. So my plan of action here still is for my live watch-along to end at the same time as I was expecting this game to end. Manchester City... I suspect we'll probably get... I mean, we've still not got kickoff, and kickoff's probably still another good 4 minutes away. So with that being said and done, probably looking at around 1:30 for half-time. I'll put my half-time entertainment on for you guys, and then I probably won't be doing a live watch-along for the second half, unfortunately, as I've already made plans. I can't help the weather, and I'm not cancelling plans to watch a second half of a pre-season friendly, but it's a good chance here to be able to watch at least the first half of football. I'm away next weekend at a wedding, JSSP's wedding, in fact. You guys have seen him if you watch some of my other videos, so I won't be able to do the Community Shield live watch-along, but I can commit to doing the Premier League watch-alongs, and we'll be back full of action, ready for the start of the competitive season from a couple of weeks on Friday. I think is the 12th of August. Manchester City will be taking on Burnley away from home. As still we still await kickoff here between Atletico Madrid and Manchester City. Players are out on the pitch. They've got some displays going on, some handshakes going on. I presume, again, it's just the relations and the club representatives and everything shaking their hands, and I presume the sponsors and everything will be more than likely involved as well. There we go. Don't think there's too much else to add on, as the handshakes are done, and we will soon have kickoff here between Atletico Madrid and Manchester City. Atletico Madrid playing in their normal striped red and white kits. Manchester City in their normal home shirts of sky blue shirts. It's dark blue shorts for Atletico Madrid. It's a weird combination of colour, isn't it? Red and white stripes with dark blue navy shorts, and then red socks. Man City playing in their blue shirts, white shorts, and blue socks for today. So we are just waiting for kickoff for this game. Should be a good one. Not too sure why my live stream's just gone off, but there we go. See if I can fix that. I don't know whether that's Man City's end that it's gone off. I don't know. It's gone off. See if I can get that back on. Bear with me 1 second. See if we can get that sorted. Man City, thanks for tuning in. Says, should we start in Peroni? Well, I imagine everyone will be getting some minutes here. It's the joy you've got of pre-season. We're going strong first with the first half, and then when the second half starts, it will be, of course, all change, and then all the players on the bench will be able to get some minutes. I'm not too sure why the thing on Man City's City Plus has gone off, to be honest. I'll close the app and go back on again. I don't really understand why it's gone off. I've got it back on. I don't know where it went, but we're back on. Still not had kickoff. Players are lined up. We're nearly ready for kickoff. It's going to be Atletico Madrid getting us underway, and they do get us underway for the start of this first half, and they're going to launch it long. Which Atletico Madrid have managed to come out with the second ball here, so they're going to go long again into the penalty area. A touch is taken. Atletico Madrid with the early shot, and it's wide of the goal by Antoine Griezmann and out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. Is City then coming forward? Aymeric Laporte. Am I liking how Kovacic is playing for us so far? Well, he's not put any foot wrong, has he? He's a good player. I said it before that he was a good, solid signing for Manchester City. Can he replicate what Ilkay Gundogan can do? Are Man City going to ask him to do what Ilkay Gundogan can do? What are they looking for here? I'm not sure. I wonder if Man City are just testing a little something new here and maybe having Phil Foden sit in a little bit of a deeper role. Maybe. We'll see. John, sorry if this thing's out of sync. I have all kinds of technical problems when it comes to the live streams. At the moment, it shows all green on my end, so I'm not too sure how to change it to start that one. But when I start chopping and changing things is when things start going wrong. That's when everything starts buffering. It just likes to shut down. My conclusion is my setup here doesn't like live streams. And JSGC in some point in the future will invest to get that sorted, but I'm talking a lot of money to get that sorted. And JSGC, it's not popping off. It needs to be popping off for JSGC to be able to invest that YouTube money back into the channel to be able to get nice, smooth, plain sailing. But hopefully soon, just not right now. And I'll be the first to admit that live streams are not my forte and not my favourite thing. I love watching Manchester City, but they're not my favourite thing to do because of how many things are going wrong and can go wrong when you don't get things sorted. And it's very difficult that when one thing goes to be able to tie everything in. It's not so bad when you've got 2 or 3 people around to get things sorted that you can kind of focus. But I have to. City just coming forward here. Good link-up play. An early shot comes in and high from Manchester City. I think it was Julian Alvarez putting his foot over it, and it was. And out for a goal kick to Atletico Madrid. So I'm having to be pretty much the editor, distributor, presenter, change the scores, do all this. I have to do everything. One-man band, proper one-man band. I have to literally do everything. So to get everything sorted and set up, everything's got to be up to date, modern, smooth, plain sailing, and stuff. it's a process. It's a process that will get sorted. As I said, it just takes a lot of investment and a lot of time that JSGC doesn't have right now. But I try my best. Like I said, once if the videos start popping off again, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but when they do, and stuff, I can invest heavily then back into the channel, and the first thing that they'll be getting invested in will be set up right here. Life's expensive, isn't it? Everything's so expensive. So much going on. Crossfield ball comes in from Atletico Madrid. Not the best. Now to play for a throw into Manchester City going from left to right. Four minutes in here. And Manchester City just coming forward. It's Rodri with the ball. Just works it to his partner in crime, John Stones. He goes with his crossfield pass. Better than Atletico Madrid. Straight to Jack Grealish. Takes a lovely touch. Goes low with a pass in, and a shot comes in from bold Bernardo Silva. Before a not so great ball from John Stones just sends that straight out of play for a goal kick to Atletico Madrid. Here's Atletico once more. Oblak just takes a heavier touch than he needed to, and he never got his feet sorted there and just sends it long and out of play. I don't know why Azpilicueta's apologising to the keeper. I didn't think that was the best of balls forward, to be honest. Anyway, Manchester City can carry on with the football. Ball just worked back to Ederson. I wonder if Ederson's going to be starting next week against Arsenal, or whether we'll go with Ortega-Moreno. That'll be very interesting. We've not had Cole Palmer, Kevin De Bruyne, or Nathan Ake do their their pre-match warm-ups for this game. Can you guys hear me and see me okay? Because my thing's now just showing a black screen and it's buffering. And I don't know if you guys can see me and hear me or not. Let me just refresh everything. Bear with me. See, this is what I was saying about the live streams and stuff. I love doing them. I love interacting. I love speaking with you guys. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. But things to get technical issues that go wrong. And I'm not the worst with technology at all. Keep up to date with stuff. I have a good understanding of things. As Erling Haaland's got into a good position with a shot. And a save from the keeper. Right, we've refreshed it. We'll see if that works. It just lags and just goes so slow. I put it down to my laptop not liking OBS, because I try my live streams on StreamYard and they seem to be smoother, but they come with a bit few hiccups as well. I tried and tested the Champions League live watch-along that Mick Sid did, trying it on a different system and setup, and that seemed to have ran really smoothly. So I'm thinking of copying that, if I'm honest. is what might happen. Anyway, City just continuing to knock the ball around. Had a couple of half chances. Nothing as of yet really to get too excited about, if I'm completely honest. Right. There's a video picture that's showing, so hopefully you guys can all hear me, see me okay. Anyway, if you can, please leave a thumbs up. 46 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It seems to just be getting smoother and smoother from my end now. And ball just gets knocked around. Harry, no. As a cross comes in and collected by Jan Oblak. And Kevin De Bruyne on the bench for Manchester City. He's not really had any minutes. I can't see how he starts that opening game against Burnley, to be honest with you guys. I can't see how that happens. And ball again just getting flicked around, knocked around, and out of play for a goal kick. And Atletico is finally knocked around. And then their crossfield, do you know, their passing's not too bad. They're knocking around with the ball. The movement is not too bad from Atletico. But these crossfield balls have attempted 3 now. And all 3 have missed. And they've all ended up just going out of play for a goal kick. Griezmann just tried one. Not the best from Antoine Griezmann. And Man City can just knock this around again. Long ball forward from City. Well defended from Atletico, from Soyuncu of all the players. And that went out of play. There's going to be a throw-in to Manchester City. Big Kaglar Soyuncu. Here's Jack Grealish now. Oh, that's lovely, lovely work from City and good defending from Atletico. You'd expect nothing else from Atletico to defend in numbers. They're a very difficult team to break down. And Morata wanted a free kick, not given. Kyle Walker getting back. He's just starting to get through his paces. He's had a bit of an uncertain last few weeks for Kyle Walker, but he's knuckled down as Atletico win that ball back nice and high up here, and they managed to get 3 forward. City just getting some bodies back. Atletico managed to commit a couple more bodies forward, and cross comes in, and Laporte's there in the right place to get that one clear. City wanted the offside flag, not given. And in the end, it will be a corner to Atletico. Enhi, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. So Atletico. John, are we running a little bit more smoothly? Everything now is green and good on my end. So hopefully you'll be able to see me, hear me okay. Here comes Atletico once more. Been a fairly even game this so far. Been a closely fought contest. A ball again just knocked forward from Atletico, and it doesn't find anybody, and Ederson will be able to cut that one out. Atletico looked well drilled, looked organised, of just their distributions not being the best as of yet, and defensively looked very tight. Man City have been very patient, had a couple of half chances that they've not put away. Weren't any real conviction in the efforts either. Alvarez and Bernardo Silva are the ones with the best opportunities so far. David, love that one. In the stadium, I love it. JSGC being watched in the stadium, love that. Guardiola kitted out in the City tracksuit, giving instructions. I think he's wanting them just to push forward a little bit more through the first 13 minutes. It's been patient from Manchester City is how I'd describe this one, and Atletico just lever that one out of play for what's going to be a throw into Manchester City. I'm not too sure what that was, but there we go. Man City can have the ball once more. On the left-hand side, on the left wing, worked into a central area. And a header from... I think it was that Kyle Walker heading that back into the centre. So Kyle Walker, it's very interesting because he seems to be in a very far advanced position, and because of that, John Stones has been told to cover onto the right side of centre-back for Manchester City. So maybe this is just Pep Guardiola experimenting to find a little bit more from Kyle Walker. I would have thought if City wanted to go down that route, though, I'd have thought maybe Cancelo would be the better option, because I think offensively going forward on that right-hand side, I think Cancelo would be better than Walker. Walker, to me, is an exceptional defender. So quick, great with his man-for-man marking, great with his tracking back, great with his judgment reading the game. He's an all-round solid defender, good with his ball distribution as well. But I don't associate offensive play with Kyle Walker. And Cesar Azpilicueta, I think, just talked his way into the book, getting angry. Jack Grealish just puffs his cheeks. And Cesar Azpilicueta has definitely got the temperament of a Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid player, hasn't he? I mean, I can understand why he's a little bit annoyed there. Cesar Azpilicueta, there's just a bit of handbags going on. I think it's more his reaction afterwards that's talked his way into the book, and 15 minutes in to get your first yellow card, Azpilicueta into the book for Atletico Madrid, as we're now just 42 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Subscribe as well if you are new around here. So a free kick to Manchester City. On the left-hand side, it's about 50 yards out. Phil Foden's just going to send a deep ball in towards the right-hand side, which John Stones isn't going to challenge for. A header is won by Atletico Madrid. Soyuncu is winning the header and out of play for a throw into Manchester City on the right-hand side, which Kyle Walker takes, gives it to Rodri, and now Man City choosing to work this down the left-hand side. And that's a lovely feat from Phil Foden into the penalty area now. And then he's just surrounded by 3 players. There must be about, how many is there? I think there's 8 players in the box for Atletico Madrid as a cross comes in, looking for the height of Erling Haaland and defended well by Atletico. Another cross comes in, it's deep, and it's too deep and misses everybody and out of play for a goal kick. It was Bernardo Silva putting the ball into the box there. And going back to what I've been mentioning about Atletico Madrid and how they've approached and how they've played this game so far, they are defensively a very well-drilled, very well-organised team, and it will take something special to break them down and find that goal. And you will only open up Atletico Madrid when you find that goal, because defensively they are very sound. They're a very difficult team to beat. And to me, it's brilliant preparation for anticipation of the Premier League if you're going to have any teams that are going to be putting on that low block approach. They're also a very aggressive team, so this will get Man City in good preparation, prepared for the Premier League season, because the Premier League is a very physical league. And not on the best of pitches either, I will add here. So I don't think Man City will want the players to burn out and pick a risk of any injuries, which is why you've not seen the warm-up of the likes of Cole Palmer, Nathan Ake and Kevin De Bruyne. In fact, I'd be very surprised if you see any of them players with the torrential rain that's happened on the pitch as well. You need players that are in tip-top shape, that are in 100% condition. Anyone that's not, I would strongly recommend not putting them out there on this outfield against this opponents. Well pressed from Manchester City. Erling Haaland picks that ball up and defended well by Atletico Madrid, and they can come away with the football as well. A very nitty-gritty first half so far from Manchester City and from Atletico Madrid as well, in my complete honest opinion, as we're now just 40 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. And Bernardo Silva just kicks out. I'm surprised Bernardo Silva's not gone into the book for that challenge, to be honest. Referee just has a word with bold Bernardo, shaving his head. Has he had a hair transplant? Or I don't understand why he shaved his head. I don't know what's gone on. Never seemed like he's really got a thinning bit of hair. As finally, Atletico on the 4th attempt with a crossfield pass connect with one and got the ball here in a dangerous area into the penalty area. There's a hand used by Manchester City and the player goes down and a free kick given to Atletico Madrid. Atletico proper playing the victim cards here. Moaning and groaning to the referee, running up to him at every little challenge. Julian Alvarez it was with a little push into the back. It's a free kick. Doesn't need... He's actually running to the referee for asking for a yellow card. They're a nasty, bad-tempered team, aren't they, Atletico Madrid? Man City don't want to be getting involved in their in their mind games here, in their gamesmanship and what they're trying to do and trying to approach. It's a bit of Atletico are renowned for this. I'm amazed Man City have agreed to a pre-season friendly, because if you was to say to me if there's any opportunity here for a Man City player to lose their head or pick up an injury or anything, you say, where's that likely to happen? It would be this match against Atletico, because it's going to be a nasty, bad-tempered game, even if it is a pre-season match. This game and how this has been approached and played is exactly how this game would be played and approached if we was playing them in the Champions League. Here's Man City then, coming forward on the counter-attack. Alvarez got company, lovely turn, and worked really well here to Jack Grealish. Gets it onto his right foot, Haaland onto his left, tries to square it across, and that will go out of play for a corner to Manchester City. Good counter-attack work that from Manchester City. A lovely turn from Julian Alvarez, and a corner here for Manchester City. Good work from Foden, winning the initial ball back for Manchester City as well. So 20 minutes in here at the Seoul World Cup Stadium. It's Atletico Madrid 0, Manchester City 0. Kay Davis, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Ray Van, thanks for tuning in. It depends where you're tuning in from as to how you can watch it. If you're tuning in from the UK, City Plus is the way to be. Everywhere else, I don't know. Corner for City then, sent deep. Atletico haven't really picked up Julian Alvarez at the back post there. Aymeric Laporte at the back post there, and out of play for a corner kick. I'm having to watch this on City Plus, so I'm watching it on the Man City app, so I'm having to watch this on my phone, and I'm used to watching it on a big screen right in front of me, so I can see everything, because I've not got the best eyesight. This is only small, so I'm having to really focus. So a nice clear picture, nice and smooth. Corner comes in, free header, 1-0 Manchester City, and I think a free kick has been given. I think there's been a push in the build-up. It was Rodri that's following that corner in. Nodded it into the back of the net. Jan Oblak went down. I think he'd just been pulled back by John Stones. He never even celebrated John Stones there. And his hands are on the keeper. He goes down. Yeah, free kick for me. On what? It stops it becoming 1-0 Manchester City. Good corner, good header. Let's encourage him. Jeff, thanks for tuning in from the United States of America. Much appreciated. Thanks once more for tuning in. Atletico Madrid then. Just going to knock this ball around once more. That's going to be given away, and that's brilliant work from Phil Foden. He's making his presence known. He's in for a really big season. Riyad Mahrez leaving Manchester City. Does mean with Gundogan leaving as well, there's the potential there for a lot of minutes for Phil Foden. So he could be in for a very big, very important season if he can keep himself injury-free as well. Could be Phil Foden's season. Not saying that he's a bad player or anything and he needs that breakthrough season, but what I am saying is he's an exceptional talent who this might just be the making of Phil Foden for him to become away from just a squad player for Manchester City who's versatile, who can play here, play there. This might be this case where Phil Foden's a regular starter. He's playing game after game after game after game and one of the first names on the team sheet. And he's got the talent to do that. I think another big season coming up for Julian Alvarez as well. As Bernardo Silva drills a low ball across the box. Defended well by Atletico Madrid. Come to expect no less. A needless free kick given away there by Phil Foden. Just bigging up his praises there. And then goes and shoves the Atletico player in the back. And a free kick given. So we're now halfway through the first half. 0-0 here. Man City have had the ball in the back of the net, but ruled out due to a foul in the build-up from a corner. There's been some pushing, shoving, moaning, complaining, but no real quality being shown by either of these teams. And I think Atletico will be pretty encouraged by these first 23 minutes that they can go toe-for-toe with Manchester City into a good position, squared across the box and defended really well there. I think Ruben Dias in the right place at the right time, although one back again, and there's Dias again to make the interception for Manchester City, and City can come away with the ball. And Phil Foden with a lovely cross-field pass to Jack Grealish, takes that touch, and his touch is not great. That's very un-Jack Grealish-like. It was a cracking ball that from Phil Foden, and Grealish takes a heavy touch and just knocks it out of play for a really cheap throwing given to Atletico midway inside the Manchester City half. That really should have been Man City coming forward. In the end, Atletico were just happy to settle with the possession and work the ball all the way back to Jan Oblak in goal for Atletico today. So a really competitive first 24 minutes here in South Korea. Massive game, of course, in Far East Asia. This one, a brilliant opportunity for the South Korean loyalists for Manchester City to be able to watch their players. As I've been saying, it's the whole point of the pre-season tours is that you're able to visit lots of different places. I know Man City were in the United States of America last year, choosing to follow that up with a pre-season tour in Far East Asia. I wonder if Man City may choose to... We don't seem to ever go to Australia. I wonder if that might change at some point in the not-too-distant future. I remember once upon a time, like a decade ago, we went out to Africa, to South Africa, and played some games. I think that might have been when we had Gary Cook in charge at the club. I seem to remember us having a couple of games in South Africa. Don't seem to have been to Africa for a little while. It will be a good opportunity for Man City's ever-growing global fan base. Here's City, they're in a good position, a good shooting position. They go with a cross instead and headed clear by Atletico and out for a corner. Azpilicueta is getting his head onto that one. City players look exhausted. It must be very muggy out there, very wet conditions, heavy torrential rain, delaying the kickoff by 45 minutes today. It looks very hot. The players are dripping in sweat. Very muggy conditions. I think they've had some electric storms around as well that were causing some problems. Anyway, corner comes in from City. Not as good as the one that saw us get that goal disallowed. And headed clear by Atletico. Only as far as a City player. Rodri it is. You can give it to Grealish. Bernardo now is going to put a ball in. Not the best. And headed clear by Atletico. They can't take the touch. And Manchester City can get that ball back. And they'll just work the ball back to Ederson in goal. 26.5 minutes in here. Manchester City 0, Atletico Madrid 0. Right, so we're now 39 likes, ladies and gentlemen, away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be absolutely fantastic. And also don't forget to subscribe as well to my channel. We've got daily Manchester City transfer updates rolling throughout the summer transfer window for you guys to enjoy. We've also got match watch-alongs coming back for you guys for the regular start of the season. As Man City go with an early chance there. Julian Alvarez just hits it straight at Jan Oblak. And that was a good opportunity for City there. We've got the transfer show every weekend, a live stream for you guys to enjoy. And for the, I think starting from next week, we'll have the match previews back as well, ready for the Community Shield onwards to get the season rock and rolling. I'm not going to be able to do a live watch along of that Community Shield match, unfortunately, as I am at a wedding. So the next time you'll see me live doing a watch along will be the start of the Premier League season in 12 days. Burnley against Manchester City. Looking forward to that one. Julian, very sorry to hear that one. A live stream as a header comes in from Atletico Madrid and headed over the top of the crossbar. A live stream on YouTube of a funeral service and burial. I've not come across that before. I didn't know they were doing that. I presume it's like a unique link that like you get invited to, and it's like a private thing that you have access to using a code. That's actually a really good idea for people that aren't able to get to the funeral services due to whatever reason, that they're able to pay their respects. But yeah, Julie, very sorry to hear that one. Very sorry. We felt the full impact here on the JSGC channel over the last couple of years with loss of close people. And it's, I'm not going to swear, but it sucks. Horrible. John says he likes our third kit. Might have been quite appropriate. We've had some lightning in Seoul today. We've got the lightning on the strips as well. It's a very nice kit, to be fair. Waiting for them to officially release the away kit. It's interesting that we've released a third kit before the away kit. We've all had the leaks. We all know what it's going to look like, but they've not put that one out there. As Man City go close with a Bernardo Silva effort just wide of the post there. Still not really testing Jan Oblak. Sorry, I think it might have been Julian Alvarez, not Bernardo. Oh no, it was Phil Foden. My screen's so small, my eyesight just can't see who everybody is. At the moment, I can see Rodri because of his glowing tan. Erling Haaland because he's so big. Everybody else, JSGC's just having to guess. My screen's so small. Well, apparently the leak for the Man City away kit, I think it's got like a white and like a maroon burgundy colour to it with a collar, which I'm sure will divide opinion with a collar on a football shirt. Apparently is what the leaks are. Apparently they've already released it in places like Turkey, that people have been wearing it, and I'm not too sure what the delay is in. I mean, the fact that Man City are playing a competitive game of football in 7 days' time in the Community Shield and Premier League action's back in 12 days, and most of football's back by next weekend, and we haven't released our away kit yet. I'm not too sure why. I don't know what the big delay is. I presume that Man City will just want to, from a commercial point of view, want to maximise as much money as possible, so there'll be staggered releases, so they won't really release that away kit until Man City are probably ready to wear that away kit, which might come later into August, really. I presume it's more of a commercial thing more than anything else. As a cross comes in from City, and Erling Haaland nearly got his big head onto that one. He must be so difficult to mark. 6'4", lean, in shape, scoring goals once more for Manchester City. Top quality player. There's talk of this lad that United are signing from Atalanta, comparing him to Erling Haaland, saying he's the Danish Erling Haaland. Haaland, of course, being Norwegian, getting a bit of Scandinavian links in there. That remains to be seen. United closing in on bringing him in. Striker, will he be able to replicate? Reminds me a little bit more of Darwin Nunez rather than Erling Haaland, in my complete honest opinion, but you know how overreactionary fans can be. It's a good time to be bookmarking things with people's terrible opinions. I wonder what Rory Jennings is going to come out with. Got the Premier League coming out in the next couple of weeks. He'll be able to come out with all kinds of stuff. That means everyone will be interacting with what he's doing, regardless of the opinion. His outrageous take last year was Erling Haaland's going to flop, based on no facts whatsoever. None whatsoever. Just an opinion. But because it's a controversial opinion, an opinion that not many people have, he has a big high-profile platform. He's able to clickbait that one, and all of a sudden everyone's interacting with it. Because deep down, he'll know that he's chatting absolute nonsense. But he'll know he'll get them clicks. John, it is part of life. It's also very sad. And I always find when you're dealing with things like that it's always important to try and find a way that you're able to remember people. I actually find that's one of the worst things to deal with. And what's the best way to remember people? still 12 minutes away. There's nothing going to be added on, remember, at half-time. So as soon as the whistle goes, it will be straight in with half-time entertainment for you guys to look forward to. And as I said, JSGC's pre-booked, pre-planned in anticipation that this match should be coming to an end quite soon. It's not. But I've already made plans and I'm not cancelling the plans for a pre-season match. So my watch-along will come to a head earlier than normal. We'll see what time we get to on this game as early ball comes in for Atletico, and that's cracking goalkeeping. Cracking goalkeeping from Ederson. Just races out, gathers that ball up. And not the best of balls forward. That from City and Atletico can intercept. There you go, John. See? Love football, following their teams, and you can't help but when you hear of their teams, to think of them. Whether that be good or bad, really. I think remembrance is important anyway. Don't know about anybody else. That's what I do. Here's Erling Haaland bursting forward for Manchester City. Lovely play. Haaland now with the ball. Work to Bernardo. He's taking a heavy touch. Nah, not linking up too well for Manchester City. It's been a bit of a frustrating half. Players look a little frustrated. Classic Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone will be very happy with what he's seen. I think this is just a nice little reminder to Manchester City that you can have all your preparations, you can have all this, you can have all that, but there's nothing like competitive football. And only when you go in the competitive games do you realise how up to scratch or how not up to scratch you are. And this is actually really good preparation. A lot of teams will find that next week when they're playing in the EFL and the week after in the Premier League. It doesn't really matter what happens in a pre-season match. It's not that important. What is important is when you competitively go toe for toe on the opening game of the season and moving on from there. They're the games that matter. They're the games that are important. They're the games that you'll be judged upon. Man City could steam Atletico Madrid, win every single game in pre-season, beat Arsenal next week in our glorified friendly in the Community Shield, and yet could come unstuck against Vincent Kompany, and all of a sudden your preparation for the season means nothing because you've dropped points in your opening game of the season and you're automatically handing an advantage to other people or other teams when you don't need to. And in the Premier League, there's no let-up. Every game counts and every point is important. And the same can be said for all the other teams that have struggled in pre-season or not. It only really matters when you go out on the pitch when there's something to play for. Which, this is a good talking point. The great people of South Korea get to watch Manchester City in this pre-season match, and it's been a good competitive game of football. But the actual match itself is a pre-season friendly. It's not a competitive match, and more than likely a lot of people aren't in a position to be able to commit to come to Manchester or come to the United Kingdom to watch a competitive game of football. And to me, there is nothing like watching your team live in action in a competitive game of football, in a match that has meaning, that has importance come the end of the season. In the Premier League, Man City play their games, every point counts. Doesn't matter whether it's match day 1 or match day 38 or somewhere in between. It's an important game of football, whereas this game that's being played now has absolutely no impact on Man City's season whatsoever. No impact whatsoever. There's nothing at the end of it. It is, at the end of the day, just a friendly, so they don't get to see that edge and competitiveness and importance to the game. And they've explored it season upon season, year after year. They've been speaking about it for as long as I've been following football, for over 20 years. And that is Premier League football action going abroad and being played, and it's once again been put out there in the headlines over the last week. I don't know if people have been paying attention. It's not really been put out there in the mainstream media, but once more pressure being put on to teams, and they're wanting games to be played abroad, NFL style. So you get a couple of games that come across to London every year. There's a game in Mexico, there's a game in Germany, to promote the brand, to add even more interest from a commercial point of view, and also a great opportunity for these global brands to go here, there and everywhere. And you end up getting sticky points because teams don't want to travel even more than they are. Teams don't want to lose their home advantage. You also face the complication with the season ticket holders and the members and the fans and things going on, that they lose a game. And it's everything to me is pointing towards at some point that will happen. It will stop being a pre-season match and it will end up a competitive game of football, whether that be a domestic cup game in the Carabao Cup or an FA Cup game, or whether that might be a Premier League game or a Champions League game or a new competition or something. I can see that at some point happening, and you always get that talking point from pre-season friendlies, but you can just see from how big the brands are that from a business point of view, these clubs will be thinking money, money, money. That's why they're committed to the European Super League. Money, money, money. They won't care where that game's being played. They care about the money coming in from that commercial point of view. And both ends, I can see why fans, regular match-going fans, would be upset by that. Again, just taking something else away from them. You know, price rises, ticket cost prices, being priced out of things and everything going on during a cost of living crisis. Ticket fiascos that we've had over the last few months, etc., etc., etc. But on the other end, you've got people who show tremendous dedication to the club, watching the game all through the day, evening, middle of the night, who want to watch competitive games of football, who aren't ever in a position to be able to do so. And the fact that Man City are turning up for an open training session in front of 20,000 fans, people are queuing out of the building for these players to turn up from the airport. Sold out matches in record time. 30 minutes matches have sold out in Japan and South Korea. So there's tremendous demand for Manchester City in Far East Asia. And you don't want to alienate the audience. You want to get it right. So how do you get it right? Because as I was saying before, do you go to North America next year? Do you go to Africa? Do you go to Oceania? Where do you go? Do you want to go back to Far East Asia? Because then there's other people that are missing out. How do you find that balance? And I think the way they find that balance is through competitive games, playing them elsewhere. And I think sooner rather than later you will get more than likely Premier League games being played abroad. Is what I reckon. That's what I reckon. I don't know how I feel about it. As I said, I can see it from both points of views. Not sure. City still trying to press. Nothing much happening. It's been an exhausting first half. Can we find a goal? Pressed well from City. The pass isn't great, and Atletico all over that one. Oh. It's been hard work for Manchester City. A shot comes in. It's a cracking save from Jan Oblak. Backpedaling, manages to not only make the save, but catch the ball as well. Tremendous catch from a tremendous goalkeeper. A good effort from Julian Alvarez. I don't think Julian Alvarez has had his best half of football for Manchester City here. But 30 yards out, just opens up nicely for him. Bend it in. A good effort and a good save from Jan Oblak. John, you spot on. It always does seem to get missed. I don't know why. A very interesting culture, dedicated fans. Some tremendously nice weather. Albeit some areas of Africa, particularly in the northern hemisphere, during our summer can be very, very, very hot. Well, you've got some great places to go to go and visit. That, as you said, always seems to get missed. I'm not aware that there's many teams that have gone out to Africa on pre-season. It always seems to be South Africa where everybody ends up. Joe, I think you're probably right with that. It's a commercial point of view, isn't it? It's the money. Man City will be more inclined to return to Far East Asia sooner rather than later, selling out matches in record time. The amount of merchandise and money that they must have made from that. The club will be profiting. They'll be rolling in the money. Probably got money guns. Just they go back to the hotel room, the players and the coaches, and just get the money guns out and just start spraying money everywhere. Literally rolling in it. I just think it's just a great shame for the continent of Africa that just gets so overlooked. As I said, it's a bit of a hidden gem. I certainly feel it's at least worth a visit more often than what they currently do. As I don't recall, when did we go to Africa? Was it like 2009 or something? We don't seem to have been back since. I don't know why. Anyway, into the final minute of this first half. The whistle will go at 45 minutes. No added on time due to the weather of what's happened. And that just gets surrounded out by Atletico. And Antoine Griezmann coming forward. He's got Phil Foden for company. He's not taking Griezmann out. And Griezmann with a tremendous run here. Potentially could go one-on-one with the keeper. City managed to get a couple of defenders back. And the ball gets worked into space. That was a great run from Antoine Griezmann, showing he's still got that quality there. Man City managed to get the bodies back now, so there's not as much pressure being put onto their goal, but Antoine Griezmann just drifted by Phil Foden like he wasn't even there. And the 45 minutes are up. Referee gives a throw-in, and they said there was no added time, and yet they're adding time on. 1 minute added time. Why have they said there was no added time, and yet they're adding another minute on? Making me look like a clown. Anyway, 1 minute added on. Baffles me. Absolutely baffles me. Long crossfield pass comes in from Atletico. They managed to get a head onto that, and good reading from Ederson. Ederson's not had any saves to make here, but his judgment off the ball has had to be spot on, and it has. And Ederson, once again, just continuing to grow and, to me, becoming a much better goalkeeper. He'll take tremendous confidence from his performance in the Champions League final. City don't win that Champions League without Ederson. Some tremendous saves late on. And he does seem to be fit, sharp, ready, full of confidence. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Anyway, 1 minute's up. We're into added time and added time. Might Man City want to just have a pot shot here? They're trying to just work their way around, and you're going to struggle to work your way around this Atletico team, and the referee will bring the first half to a close, and the whistle will go, and that will lead us on to our half-time entertainment. So it has been a very nitty-gritty first half, with a lot of huff and puff. There'll be a lot of changes in the second half. Will there be a winner? That is the big question. Not being a classic, but it's been a really good competitive game of football that will get Man City back up to shape and back up to speed very quickly with competitive football just round the corner. Community Shield, 7 days away, and obviously the start of the Premier League season now 12 days away as well. So I've got some halftime entertainment. First off, it's brought to you by JSGC Vlogs. Recently went to Iceland. If you follow me during the build-up to the Champions League, you'll know that I've been in Iceland for my honeymoon, and I've been distributing loads of videos from my travels there, and I've just been heading up to the northern parts of Iceland, which is where my journey continues. So it's only 5 minutes long, but sit back and relax. If you do enjoy the content, please do go and check out JSGC Vlogs. The links is in the description. We've got weekly videos coming from my time in Iceland, so just giving you guys a little bit of a taster if you do like it or not. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself some snacks, and enjoy. What's going on, guys? JSGC Vlogs here, and we are here for another Iceland video. I forgot to film an intro whilst I was out in Iceland, so apologies for that. But to make it up for you, can just see right behind me, just drying up there, is my Iceland football top that I got from my trip in Iceland. So today's video, we're going to be heading past the west, heading towards a place called Havnstangi.
Hope I said that correctly. We're going to go check out the seal museum. We go to try and look for some seals to see if we can find any. And then we just have a little drive around, a bit of exploration. We'll come across some brilliant scenery and a waterfall as well, which I would fully recommend. And that, to me, is what Iceland is all about. It's about just travelling along, getting lost, ended up in some unexpected places, and Iceland's one of the best countries for just kind of tripping upon some really cool things that you don't expect to see that's not planned. Anyway, let's crack on with the video, enjoy, and past JSGC, take it away.
I just realised I've been saying it wrong. It's Havenstangi is where we have arrived, so the West Fjords all done. We're at the Seal Centre. They have a little museum and a restaurant, and I'm hoping we're going to be able to see some seals as well. There's our view at the moment. We're into the museum now. 1,300 krona, not bad. Skeleton of the seal. The size of them. You won't find any walruses in Iceland, but you'll find them in the northern hemisphere. So there's the Arctic Circle where you may find. You also have a little film production that you can watch as well. We're going to go on ahead 30 minutes further north now, up this little peninsula to a place called Svalbard. No, it's not the island in Norway. And that's apparently where you'll be able to see some of the seals that are native here in Iceland. We're having no luck trying to get to see the seals. Everything just seems to be closed off down here, which is a massive shame. But we have come to say hello to these horses. Apparently a lot of them closed off because they're nesting right now, which means we're not going to be able to see them, I don't think, which is unfortunate. The Western Fjords, travelling up this peninsula, doesn't help keep our van clean, so we're getting it clean for ourselves. You can do it for free. Come to the fuel stations. Got them over here. There you go, she's looking much better now, much cleaner. What we like to see. You certainly won't want to fall in. That is windy, it's wind like I've never seen before. Is that the sun I see meant to make up to the appearance? We've made it to Akuri, the final destination stop for today's video. Very hilly. Looks very pleasant here. I think this is the largest town in the north as well. Very nice. Today's eating establishments. Go in. Going Stricked. 4 floors up. Get a nice view. You're getting some bread. Tiger prawn tacos. Moscow Mule on happy hour. 1,300 krona. How does it taste? Ooh, that is a strong Moscow Mule. It's very nice and very refreshing. Ramen. Finally, our dessert. Sticky orange brownie. At restaurant Stricked. Absolutely spot on. Under £96 for all that food that we'd showed you. We'd shared the starter, we'd shared the dessert. One main each. But it was outstanding. 10 out of 10 food. Absolutely would recommend. So that's the end of today's video. We'll be back again tomorrow. We're going to come around and and we'll see what else we'll get up to, because we may be heading on to some part of the Diamond Circle as well, so we'll see you for that. So I've been JSGC Vlogs. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back with more Iceland videos. See you soon. Peace. Ciao for now.
So there's a little insight into what it's like for me in Iceland. For you guys to enjoy. As I said, if you want to go and check that out, then the link is in the description. Go and subscribe over to JSGC Vlogs. That would be much appreciated. So, a final bit of hard time entertainment, of course, always brought to you by my partner channel, Mixit. Again, his link's in the description if you want to go and like and subscribe over there. This is him bringing you the frozen margarita. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll see you all again soon.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another summer cocktail. So it's number 3 in my summer cocktail series, and today's cocktail is the frozen margarita. So if you love your margaritas, love your tequila, this is the summer cocktail for you. It's very, very refreshing and very crisp, and there's not a lot more you can be said for it, especially with quality booze. There you go, your Don Julio, Cointreau, agave syrup, and your lime juice. So it's a 4-ingredient special to make the frozen margarita. It's really simple to make. So it's a blended cocktail. So with the frozen margarita, it's made popular in Dallas in 1971 from the 7-Eleven, as they finally figured out to use the slurping machine, and that's how they made it cool, is trying to get it right in Dallas. As they couldn't quite get the balance right, there's a little bit of hit and miss until they hit the consistency, and they finally discovered the slurping machines for and that's where it worked in. So I'm going to make the blended version of this famous cocktail, the margarita. So it's a little bit optional. I use this agave syrup. So if you know the agave plant is, what they make tequila from, the agave plant. So it's an optional one. You don't have to put the agave syrup or the agave nectar, as we call it in the UK. So that is completely optional. So I put in 10 to 15 ice cubes. So 22.5 ml or 3/4 of an ounce of triple sec Cointreau. Next into the blender is 60 ml or 2 ounces of Blanco tequila. I'm using a Don Julio. You cannot beat it, absolute premium tequila. Next, 30 ml or 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. Last but not least, 15 ml or half an ounce of agave syrup or agave nectar, depending where you're from. So put your lid on and let's blend right into it. Margarita glass. Bring the top of the glass with a lime wheel. As you can see, we've got a plate of salt, so we're just going to rim the glass now of salt. This is optional, you don't have to do it. Say I'm not entirely happy with that. I can do better. That's much better. Our last thing to do now is to pour in our frozen margarita. Now garnish it with a lime slice. And there we go, one frozen margarita. That is simple as that. So if your cocktail is ever too wet, so too runny, then just add in more ice. Or if it's a little bit too thick, and then add in a little bit more grain, you're putting too much ice if it's a little bit too thick. Well, the perfect balance, I'd say it's more on the runny side, but it's a nice balance, it's nice and frozen. And it certainly looks delicious. One thing, I can't wait to taste this. So that, guys, is how you make the classic frozen margarita. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, one frozen margarita. How does it taste? Oh, beautiful. Absolutely refreshing. It's so zesty as well. You cannot beat the classics at all. It's